All right, so what is today? The 20th? July 20th. We're here in Grand Ronde. It's one of those weird days where it feels really warm, but it's not sunny out. So it's kind of muggy out here today. But I'm with Chris Bailey, and he's running for council again. First time he ran was 3 years ago. And I guess first things first, what motivated you to run after taking a few years off?
Um, this year, I mean, my youngest finally graduated high school. I have more time to sort of commit to it. But I was also asked by a few people and encouraged by a number of community members that I should put my name in. And the people that were telling me that are people I respect, and I wanted to do well by them. So I put my
Mm.
name in to run this year.
So is there anything like, I asked, I think, Valeria three things, like if you could have a list of like three things that legislatively or from a policy standpoint that you want to accomplish, like what would they be?
Um, like specific new things, I don't. It's always an interesting question when people ask me that because it's a lot of the stuff I look through is I'm constantly looking forward to what I want the tribe to look like after I'm gone. And so the stuff I'm looking for right now, or the stuff like the primary thing I'm interested in right now is different economic development opportunities, getting to understand our economic development philosophies more and trying to find more, being able to diversify like the money that we have coming into the tribe, and also trying to get off of relying on the uh, three core incomes that the tribe deals with, which is the casino and Mac Clinic money and grants. Not to say we get, not to say I think we're getting rid of those, but for me, like when I'm looking ahead and the work that I do, where I'm working with different government agencies and the federal government, those three things are things that can be really impacted by various legislations. And if something ever happened and we lost one of those and we depend on them, we'd have a lot of scrambling to do. So I am always interested in working and talking more with our economic development department and others to figure out how we can become even more self-sustainable than what we are with those three primary sources of income.
So sovereignty by way of economic independence.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, a thing that and some people say it'll never happen, but termination is always in the back of my mind growing up in a termination era. And I I think it'll ever happen to us again? Not my lifetime, but if it ever did, how are we prepared to deal with that? Do we go through another dark period of being a terminated tribe until we can get restored? And there's people that say that doesn't matter, and in some ways I agree with them because we are who we are. But it's easier to be us when we have financial independence and real estate independence from government regulations.
So you presently work in cultural resources as well. Are there any sort of like reforms or changes that kind of your job presently thinks you realize the tribe needs to make or you'd like to bring to the tribe membership?
Some stuff that I look at, dealing with cultural resources, we work with a lot of different agency partners, and seeing the layoffs that have happened across the board with the federal government, as well as, and then the state, it also affects state government and local governments too, with grants and different things. It does impact our tribal members' access to places outside of our reservation
Mm.
and tribal lands. So when I talk about like independence, because independence through real estate acquisition, it's finding these places where tribal members can exist within the homelands and do cultural activities or hunt and uh, not have to worry about access issues because there's not enough staff to run those programs
Hmm.
or work with us, is always important to me. And plus I think it's good even having some of those, if the more properties we own that allow tribal members to access and exist on them without like outside eyes watching us, is always better as well.
Okay. And so in 3 weeks, I'm presumably I'm going, but if somebody else from among my coworkers wants to go, I will step aside. But my plan is to still go, but I want other people to see it. But Obsidian Cliffs in 3 weeks, and you're making that trek. Well, how many times have you done this now? Like five, six
This will
times?
be, I think this might be number 6
Okay.
or 5.5, something like that.
Yeah.
I've done half the hike before the first time I went up there, and then we've done the backpacking trip a number of times. It's an important place. It's where a place where people would trek to get the obsidian that was used for the tools that we needed for life, beyond just trade or trading with other tribes for different areas. It's where some of our people would go to get some of the nicer materials to use to make bigger tools. It's always good to set foot in a place where our ancestors were, but it's also a nice, like from a practical thing. Sometimes it's we renew and allow the Forest Service to remember that we have a connection to this place, and any actions they do affect us as a tribe. Um, I enjoy it. I go up, and it's always good. I like it when we have 1 or 2 new people
Yes.
go up with us, because then I can show them all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some new place. Every time I go up, I find a new place to scout out or see that I want to see that I didn't see the year before. And so I make plans to go investigate and see areas that may have been places where some of our ancestors were and walked and basically lived their lives. And that's always, to me, that's powerful.
So if I end up making it, maybe we could do videos up there.
We can do some stuff. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Okay. Cool. Well, we try to keep these to 3 to 5 minutes, and we're closing in on 7 minutes. So
I know I talk a lot.
that's okay. It's okay. Any last words?
I just appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Same thing I tell everybody: please vote. If it's not for me, at least get out there and vote. Talk to. I'd love to see our numbers higher than they have been in the past.
Yes.
And that's been sort of my goal with this whole thing, is encouraging everybody to get out there, tell family, tell friends to make sure they vote. If you don't get a ballot, or you can't get the ballot in time, you can always visit Grand Ron on voting day, election day, and vote in person. I'll be there in person, probably first thing in the morning, to get my vote in.
Well, excellent. Cool. Well, thank you.
No problem.